Alright, as you can see here, I have finally unlocked Skye at level 80. But this is the next episode in my bonus ability series. So in this series, I look at the Battle Pass characters that do have the special bonus abilities. And just so happens that Skye is next on my list. Now, I've already covered Brutus, Tiantina, and Meowscles. So this is the next one, which is Skye. Alright, so here she is in the Battle Pass. The bonus says, Ollie! Exclamation mark. Skye's questing companion transforms into a hat, glider, and traversal emote. Okay, so I have never ran Skye yet, nor have I ran the glider Ollie or anything else with her. So this is going to be a complete surprise to me as to what this actually does. But it sounds like her hat can be a glider, well, an actual hat, and some kind of traversal emote. Interesting. So I wonder if you actually need Ollie equipped. This is Ollie right here. He or she, I think it's a she, makes a weird noise when she spawns in. Sounds like she said hi there, but I don't know. So this is her pickaxe, the Epic Swords of Wonder. Now, fun fact, when Season 2 first came out, these were not called the Epic Swords of Wonder. They were called the Legendary Swords of Legends. But I guess people were getting confused because they thought, since it had legendary in the name, that they were a legendary item, like almost like a mythic item. So they changed the name to Epic Swords of Wonder. Why did they do that? And by the way, as you should know, Skye, in-game, as a boss, drops the grappler as well as Skye's assault rifle, which is a mythic scar. But I think they originally planned to have the sword as her mythic item. Not the grappler, not the Skye's assault rifle, but just one single sword. As you can see, her back bling only has one sheath in there, and a lot of the loading screens only depict her as having one as well. So I don't know if they just couldn't balance it, and you remember how the sword was super overpowered before, but that was a mythic item. So yeah, I think they just couldn't balance it. And then they said, forget it, we'll just give her dual swords and we'll just make her have the scar and the grappler instead. So again, as just mentioned, here is her back bling, the adventure pack. She's got like a Nintendo Switch in there, and a little shield, and then of course the sword, and what looks like some kind of potion from Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. But this is the actual skin, and she also has the enlightened version, which you can start using at level 260. That actually looks pretty cool. Right there, half her face. She almost looks like Two-Face. And of course, we're going to get a Shadow and or Ghost style soon. So let's hop into a match and see how all this looks, plus her built-in bonus abilities. We're going to take a peek right now. All right, I'm going to land somewhere secluded so we can check everything out. Actually, I'll deploy Ollie right now. Let's see. Okay, so, wow, that looks nothing like in the loading screens. In all the loading screens, in fact, when you first log into Fortnite, when you click Battle Royale as opposed to Save the World, it shows her riding on top of Ollie. What is this, Mickey Mouse Bull Squash? I'm not on top of her. Come on. Yeah, like even in the loading screen, it shows her sitting on top. I thought for sure this would be a rideable glider. I am immensely disappointed. Well, you can see, though, when I deploy it. See, the hat is on her head, and then when I deploy, pop! She literally flings it off, and you don't have the hat anymore. Interesting. Why can't I see my sword on my back bling either? I don't see my sword. Maybe it's in there and I'm just not... No, I don't see it poking out. Well, okay, so I guess it's kind of cool that she pops her hat off, but it would be much cooler if you actually wrote it, like everything depicts her as doing. I wonder what happens if you don't run the glider. Does she still pop her hat off every time you deploy? I'll have to test that out after this match. You can see the feathers poop out of Ollie. Interesting. Well, I am a little disappointed, though. I was expecting a lot more from that. But that's just one of her many things this hat can do. And then when you land, obviously the hat comes back out. All right, so this skin actually looks pretty sweet. Check out the camo with this. I really enjoy this camo. I mean, it's pretty bland, but at the same time, it matches her really, really nicely. Unfortunately, when you pick Shadow or Ghost, you don't get another camo, so you'll have to find a different wrap to match the new style you get. Okay, so let's take a look at her pickaxes. First of all, these look incredible. You know what it reminds me of? This whole character reminds me of Link from Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This looks like the Master Sword times 2. Listen to how they sound. That is absolutely awesome. I love the color. Like I said, it looks like the Master Sword from the Super Nintendo version. Now, one thing I noticed, when you have your weapon out, the sword goes in your back bling. Okay? And when you pull your pickaxes out, it comes out. That is Brutus's bonus ability right there. So they basically gave Skye Brutus's ability for free, and that's not even her selling point. Basically, her hat is the bonus ability, but they just rendered Brutus pretty much useless because Skye does it better. It's way cooler to have 2 swords and one go in your back bling as opposed to Brutus's weird pickaxes. And Skye has multiple other things she does. So Brutus, by far, has the worst bonus ability. I did not know that Skye did this as well. How cool is that, though? Look at that. Much better than Brutus. All right, so let's check out her built-in emote. It is called the Ollie Bounce. So she takes her hat off and puts it under her butt, and then we start bouncing. That is pretty sweet. I actually like her hair better without the hat. Okay, stop spamming me, Nolan. I'm going to have to go yell at my son in a minute because he's absolutely spamming me. So unfortunately, it doesn't make any noise. I mean, I think it did originally. Let's see. Yeah, he says like, woohoo! And then she bounces around. I mean, if you don't have any traversal emote, this is pretty cool. But this is as goofy as it gets. I do like her hair, though. That hair looks much better without the hat. Pretty sweet. So I think that's everything for Miss Skye. So she takes her hat off, rides it as a glider. Well, not rides it, but you know what I mean. Glides with it, because we were duped. She can sheath her swords and turn it into one in her back bling, so she actually pulls it out. And then she's got the traversal built-in emote. So this is real cool. The fact that she does basically 3 things in one, I really enjoy this. Plus, she's an awesome-looking skin. Super cool. All right, so now let's see what happens if we take off Ollie. I'm curious if you can still do the traversal emote. I think you should be able to. And I just wanted to see what happens with her hat when you use a different glider than Ollie. All right, so I don't have Ollie equipped here. I just want to see if she does anything with her hat when I deploy a glider. Let's see. No. Okay, so it clearly stays on her head if you don't have Ollie equipped. I figured as much. I just wanted to see. All right, so now let's test if we can still do the traversal emote without having Ollie equipped. Yes, of course, you can. Good old Ollie comes through even when we don't have her equipped. I like it. Okay, so there's one more thing I want to showcase. When you swing your swords, I swear it plays some kind of jingle music, some kind of song or tune or something. So I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to turn the sound up and just listen. You can't tell me these are just random metallic noises. It literally almost plays a song. So listen very closely. I'm going to turn it up. Here we go. Does that not sound like a song? It's got to be a reference to something. Someone let me know in the comments, first of all, if you heard that. Because it goes higher and lower, and it's not just all metallic sounds. It's like it gets different pitch levels. It's like do-do-do-do-do-do-do, like that, and almost like it's a jingle. But I don't know what it may be referencing, if anything. But I swear, sometimes when I'm harvesting material, I hear that. I'm like, man, is this a song playing or what? I don't know. It could be nothing, but it literally sounds like some kind of jingle to me. All right, so that's all there is to it for the bonus ability of Skye. So I thought TNTina so far is the coolest bonus ability in the game. And if you missed that video, I will link that in the comment section as well as the outro. But after seeing what Skye can do, she gives Tiantina a run for her money. Because as I mentioned, she basically has Brutus's bonus ability and Meowscles' bonus ability, plus another one. She's basically 3 bonus abilities in one. And that is by far the most bang for your buck for one of these Battle Pass skins. And just to reiterate, she has Brutus's, where the sword actually comes out of her back bling and then goes back into it. That's Brutus's. She has that. She has Meowscles' built-in emote, because she has a traversal built-in emote, just like Meowscles, except his isn't even traversal. And then she's got the hat trick when you equip the actual Ollie glider. So that is 3 in 1, by far making her the most unique Battle Pass skin in the game. Now, if you couple in the fact that she just looks like a fun skin, I mean, she's got basically a Nintendo Switch on her back. She's got, as I mentioned, the Legend of Zelda, the Master Sword, as a pickaxe. She just looks like a fun character, and I think that's what makes her pretty much a fan favorite. I guess the only real complaint I have, if you can even call it a complaint, is that Ollie, the glider, is not rideable. Because as I mentioned, they definitely made references to her riding it. It's in the loading screen, it's in the load up when you start the game, and the fact that she doesn't sit on it or ride it like Tiantina's glider is just a little disappointing. But I guess maybe they thought she'd be too cool then, because then she'd basically have 4 abilities in one. So I don't know, maybe that was the balancing factor for this. Regardless, she's one of the best skins in the game in my opinion, and I can't wait to see what styles her pickaxes and maybe even Ollie the glider get when we choose Shadow versus Ghost. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated, and don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator code, which is tabortime.